Hello, our esteemed viewers, and welcome to our top-notch education consultancy programs. In our today's programs, we will still be discussing the Samaritan. That is the compulsory set play for our students. We have been discussing characters and trying to track them so that we get the evidence enough that we can use when it comes to answering essay questions. In today's program, we'll be discussing a character here by the name Ms. Narine. Madam Narine is a principal of Sagrada Secondary School, and the mayor and his team has arrived, and the launching is done in her school, and of course she is introduced by the deputy principal, that is Mr. Carmona. And when we meet her for the first time, she's a very enthusiastic woman and very happy about the innovation that has been created by the two students, that is Alvita and Montano. And she actually, if you get it from what he says, she calls the students our own. And that means she's very proud of them because of this innovation. And I can read what she says. She says that I am delighted to welcome you to this ceremony in which we officially launch in our great municipality the winning innovation in this year's secondary school's national innovation competitions. On this occasion, we will also present a prize to Alvita and Montano, our very own students here in Sagrada Secondary School. So she's very enthusiastic about these students, and again about the launch. So she's one lady that we can discuss as someone who is very tough. That is number one. But again, when things get hot, she chickens out. So we want to look at her in terms of these kind of people who usually at the very beginning you think they're very tough individuals. You think that they are principled, but when the heat gets tougher or things get tougher, then they chicken out and leave you with your problems. Of course, I think she can also be discussed under the theme of betrayal, because in one way or the other, she's actually betrayed Madame Nicole. So towards the end of the launching event, when the mayor has resolved not to launch the app because of those issues that is raised about tendering and the fact that people can easily misuse this app to upload falsehood, we realize that Madame looks a very tough woman, and she tells Mayor Mosi that the President of the Republic is scheduled to officially launch the app at the national level early next year when schools reopen. We presently have some ongoing activities in preparation for it. I doubt whether this process can be stopped. So that is Madame Narine that we get. Sounds tough at the very beginning. Of course, she begins when she's very enthusiastic about the innovation. Then when the mayor wants her to write to the national government that this thing is going to be postponed, she sounds tough and says that she doesn't think, she doubts if this process can be stopped because they have already even lined up some activities for the presidential launch of the Samaritan app. So that is what we get. But this is before the real pressure that is brought by the politicians. So let's see how she behaves when these people begin now to be hard on her and very tough on her. Now, in Act 2, Scene 2, Narine invites Nicole to her office. I think this is when she's received a call from Mayor Mosi telling her that she's coming to school to meet Madame Nicole. So she invites Madame Nicole to her office. And she tells Nicole that the mayor will be coming. Again, she tells Nicole that this Samaritan app has sent shockwaves to the political class, and the leaders of the municipality are a worried lot. She tells Nicole that the matter of the app will have to be brought to a close with the urgency and seriousness that it deserves. So she's beginning to pull out of the whole thing. At the very beginning, we realized that she was very tough, but at this particular time, she's beginning to pull out from this, and she tells Madame Nicole that this application has sent shockwaves to the municipal leadership, and therefore Madame Nicole will have to look at this matter fresh, and she wants this thing to come to a close with the urgency and seriousness that it deserves. So that is the beginning of her falling back when it comes to the matter of the Samaritan. So Madame Narine tells Nicole that she would want to focus now on matters education and matters that are actually core to her heart. And she says that she would want to focus on her core mandate of providing the students under her care with quality education, and will never deviate from that core mandate or even allow any of her teachers to deviate. So that is Madame Narine. She's now becoming tough and telling Madame Nicole that this thing will have to come to a close. And she now wants to focus on her core mandate of bringing quality education to the students, and who didn't want to deviate. And again, she wouldn't want any of her teachers to deviate from the same. So in short, she's telling Madame Nicole that we are not going to allow the matter of the Samaritan to derail the process of providing quality education to our students. So in a way, she's actually pulled out from the Samaritan app completely. But remember, she had said there were some lined up activities because the president was coming to launch it. But now we find that she said that she doesn't want to deviate from the core mandate, and that is quality education. And Madame Nicole will have to look at this thing afresh. So when Nicole tells her that they should never abandon this ingenious innovation simply because of the pressure that is coming from the political class, her response is very, very telling. And Nicole actually calls the politicians self-seeking, and therefore they cannot actually be allowed to bring down an innovation that is really going to help in matters. She advises Nicole to know how to pick her battles, and therefore it's not wise for her to pick a battle with the mayor, that is Mayor Mosi, because she says that if you pick a battle with an elephant, you are more likely to be trampled on. And therefore she advises that Miss Nicole should not pick any battle with the mayor. And this is what she says, that if you dare an elephant into a wrestling match, will it not trample on you? Of course, Nicole responds by telling her that that elephant that tramples on a rat is not a hero. When Mayor Mosi arrives finally, Miss Narine tells Nicole that she would not be part of any discussions about the Samaritan app. She tells Madame Nicole to handle it by herself, and she finally declares, and let me read, the school has nothing to do with the Samaritan app, alright? So this tells you that she's completely pulled out of the Samaritan app. I think this is the height of betrayal. At the beginning, she stood with Nicole, but at this particular time, when the pressure is so high, the pressure that is coming from the politician, she has finally pulled out of the whole project. So the last time we meet her, Inspector Bembe has arrived to investigate Madame Nicole in her office. She's worried and says, let me read, I never thought matters could escalate to this level. Let me know what transpires. So this one brings us to the end with our interaction with Madame Narine, the principal of Escalates Secondary School. We can analyze her character in terms of betrayal because, sure enough, she has betrayed Madame Nicole. Number two, we can analyze her in terms of those people who cannot bear the pressure, especially the pressure that comes from politicians. She's actually pulled out from an innovation that at the very beginning she was very enthusiastic about, and even praised the girl and the boy, that is Montana and Alvita, who had come up with the innovation. But that is what happens sometimes when the pressure is too high, coming from the politician. You may have to leave the cause that you're taken. Thank you very much, and I hope this helps you to understand The Samaritan by John Lara.